We're ready to start. So yeah, tonight more Sonic 06 DLC. More of the elusive Sonic 06 DLC that no one's ever played. Now, tonight, I can't promise that we'll get to a whole lot of the DLC, just because we're going to be doing hard mode for the most part, and hard mode's, like, built into the actual game. So, I have $0 on my Xbox account. Amazing, right? Considering I haven't bought an Xbox console since 2010. But whatever. I think I can turn off my fan now, probably. Last thing I want is that loud ass thing making the audio all garbage. So. So last time we finished all the side mission or the side modes, I believe. I'm pretty sure we did. Yeah, because we fought the boss attack with Sonic. That was like the last thing we did. Okay. So, to get to hard mode and very hard mode, you just select an act from the act trial and you just start it. How did we get a B on Wave Ocean? Whatever. I'm gonna start on Wave Ocean hard, and then we're gonna jump to Wave Ocean very hard, and I'm just gonna sort of jump through Sonic's mode like that. I don't know why they bothered with adding a hard mode to all the stages in this game. To my knowledge, very few people have even played these, and they're built into the game. You don't have to spend extra money to get them or anything.
Hurry and save Elise.
Now you're gonna notice these are very similar to the regular levels. Typically, it's just a few enemies here or there are different. But I figured might as well show these. Get all of Sonic 06 in one spot so that anyone curious can see the entire game. This shortcut's even still here.
Yes.
Take a one-up. One thing to note is if you're playing stages out of the act trial.
Yes.
If you're playing stages out of these act trials. Hold on. Can I bounce to get up there? No? I swear I can make this, and I normally do. There we go. It's a little finicky. Anyways, you only get 5 lives if you're playing these in the act trials. Okay. I'm not even surprised everything that just happened.
Whoa, that's a big one.
Oh? Okay.
Whoa,
Alright.
that's a big
Oh.
one. Whoa.
Alright, Sonic.
Whoa, that's a big one.
Like, what? Actually, what the fuck is happening? Alright, this time I'm gonna aim away from everything.
Whoa, that's a big one. Whoa.
Alright, we're skipping this section with our newfound. Oh, no.
Whoa, that's a big one.
Oh, fuck. Okay, well, here's the purple gem in action. Can I select it? It makes us really small and lets us jump forever. It takes actually fucking forever to get anywhere like this, which is why I kind of wanted to avoid using it.
Whoa, that's a big one.
I guess Sonic just made it that time, alright. Now, on these hard mode missions, if I game over, I'm not really gonna, like, stress too much. I'll just move on. Because they're not really different enough to warrant it.
Go ahead and push the gate switch so he doesn't get out.
Okay, Sonic, I'll be right back.
Oh my god. Oh, good! This part again!
Whoa, that's a big one.
I have no idea what controls if I make it through there or not. None. Let's not make a Tails a checkpoint. Yeah, no. Who needs it?
Tails, go ahead and push the gate switch so he doesn't get out.
And if you're curious, no, the Tails version of Wave Ocean doesn't get a very hard mode version. Neither does the Rouge version of Tropical Jungle or the Blaze version of Wave Ocean. It's just the 9 stages for the main characters. 9/8 stages. And by the way, they moved the gate switch this time. It's now in a slightly, like, ever so slightly more awkward to get to location.
Thank you, Tails. You saved me.
I don't remember anything about the max, like the Mach speed section for this stage, so we'll see how this goes. It's in an actually more realistic location on the lighthouse itself, right? Instead of just on the middle of a cliff
Darn,
somewhere.
We're not gonna make it. Let's speed up.
Oh, I see. Yeah, these levels are ROM hack levels,
Yeah,
by the way.
woo!
In case you're curious, that's like the tier of level we're dealing with.
What?
The audio is slightly too fast? What? Normally we have, like, the opposite issue. I'm not noticing an issue through the capture window. Is anyone else having problems with the audio? It's really like the hard modes from Heroes in Shadow? Yeah, it's very similar. Yeah, I think that's just you, Whale. Hello, Jay. You made popcorn? Well, enjoy your popcorn while you watch me suffer.
That was incredible.
We got an S rank on the hard version, but not the regular version. What the fuck? By the way, hard mode has gold medals, so if you want to 100% this game, you have to S rank all of the hard modes as well. So good luck. Expert Space Gadget and Shadow is exceptionally lazy, exactly the same, except they block off the harder path. Alright, let's show off very hard. Keep in mind, this was most people's first impressions on the DLC, if they bought it, was this stage right here. And of all the levels, You can still get to the harder path with Chaos Control, and of course that's also completely unaltered. Oh. Man, Shadow the Hedgehog was like really unfinished, wasn't it? Honestly, Sonic Team's kind of miracle workers. The fact that they make games this big on like a time crunch of a year is like amazing. Anyways, yeah, so we start out in the shadow section of this level, oddly enough. And immediately we hit a gap that you can't cross. Like, you can't do anything to cross that. So, you have to take out one of our new toys, the turquoise gem, and sort of awkwardly teleport your way across. However, this thing fails, so we have to use the infinite jump of the purple gem to really make it anywhere.
Yes.
Okay, can't get up there. Why is 06 an educational game? I really don't know. Oh. In all of my playtesting, I never actually got that.
Yes.
Sonic the Hedgehog may also coincidentally be the name of one of the educational games. Maybe. Fair. No! Oh, fuck. Alright, so we're gonna do the real route for this one. We're gonna slow him down with the red gem. And notice, he's still basically, like, keeping in time with us. Okay. Oh. Oh. What the fuck just happened? We're learning what breaking your player's character's pace mid-air causes a chase sequence. Oh, causes an chase sequence. Yeah, no, not a very... Yeah. I don't know how the fuck my brain put that together. Oh. Oh! Hmm. Anyways, to not butcher that sentence, we're learning what breaking your character's pace in mid-air... Wow, no, that sentence is just really... Anyways, to get to the point of what you're saying, it is not a good idea to add a jump in the middle of, in the middle of a fucking chase sequence. Okay, okay. Tails isn't really meant to interact with those. In case you couldn't tell. Like, these levels are so strange. Oh.
Leave it to me.
Okay. Oh no, oh god. Oh, oh. Please. This is so fucking stressful. Hey, ah! You've seen better Sonic levels in Roblox? More to the point, I'd be fine if the air didn't cause Sonic to lose all momentum. Yeah. Although I feel like that kind of jumping would have made this game even more of a laughingstock amongst people. Really, just the solution is to not design jumps like that. But of course, this DLC had no dev time whatsoever. It was like a few interns slapping together some ROM hacks.
Speed up. Yahoo!
I really hope that Project 06 implements these in like kind of a neat way, maybe. Like maybe give us the option to play through the story mode on hard and very hard difficulty. So that these can be sort of like strewn throughout the game. Also, this section is completely the same. Will I play Project 06? Probably on my own time. I doubt I'll stream it until it's like done, which won't be for a good while. But who knows? Maybe by then I'll have made some time for some fan games and we could check out Project 06. I talk a lot of shit about really liking 06 for someone to like, you know, to skip out on the game's big remake. Wondered why you played two different wave oceans, now I get it. Yeah, first one was hard mode, this one's very hard mode. Hard mode's built into the game, very hard is not. And I'm just gonna work my way through Sonic stages tonight like that. I doubt we'll make it much farther, and...
Too easy.
Is it a 10,000 point thing for the S rank? Okay. Were those enemies on the second to last pillar there before? Yes, there were. No, I don't think you can hit them. Alright, Dusty Desert hard. We're still fucking carrying Elise. Oh, no. I don't remember the hard modes at all. To be honest, all I remember is I didn't really have all that much trouble clearing them back in the day. Too much dust. Fucking sand.
Elise, hold on tight.
I'm gonna go full Anakin Skywalker on this level. Fun fact, the shield move actually works in Project 06. Buck sand areas, all of them, agreed. That dash pad didn't do anything. Sonic 06, more like Sonic oh sucks. Spoken truly like James Rolfe himself. You know, I met that guy in person once. Didn't really have any time to like have like a conversation with him, but I met him. I got his autograph on like a game. That was a neat experience. Going around those. You guys should see like the speed runs of this level. They are amazing. They just like sequence break the whole thing because like you can just walk across the sand. You can skip a good portion of the level if you know where to walk. Oh hey! I don't think that skips in the regular version of the level. Two minutes, 29 seconds.
Nice.
S rank?
I don't believe
The only
it.
celebs I met outside of concerts is that one buff guy from Big Brother and some famous person in New York City. Yeah, no, I haven't met a whole lot of, like, famous people. I don't know if you can count internet people as, like, celebrities. But, I've met... I met James Rolfe. I shook his hand. I got his autograph. That was neat. Jumped it very hard here. I met Metal Jesus Rocks and his entire, like, group that he makes videos with. Oh yeah, Jake, you did meet Holly Conrad. That was cool. You also met He Who Shall Not Be Named in that same day. Anyways, yeah, I met Metal Jesus Rocks. He's a very nice person, at least from the limited experience I have with him. I didn't really have a conversation with any of the people here, or in his group. Oh, by the way, behold, the only good version of Dusty Desert. Anyways, I've like held a conversation about like the Wonder Swan, I think it was, with Kinsey? I think it was Kinsey. I'm not... Oh. Yes, the very hard mode. Oh, believe me, this level is still gonna kick my ass. Sweet release mode. Yeah. I might as well slow this level down, honestly. Oh yeah, and then I've also had a full conversation with the completionist of all people.
Yes.
I don't even really normally watch his content, but I don't know why I can't jump that high there. Elise sucks. Is his beard real? Yes. Jesus fucking Christ. Dude, this level... Anyways, I had like a whole conversation with him. It was pretty neat. And in that same period of time, I saw He Who Shall Not Be Named and Space Hamster on the other side of the room. And I was just pointing at my friend, dude, look, it's like, it's the Satan himself and then also, Space Hamster. And then fucking, Completionist just, like, turned around because he was standing, like, right in front of us, like, right next to us. And he introduced himself and gave me a fucking heart attack.
Yes.
That was a cool experience. Hey, wait a minute. Okay. Well, I think it's about time we start skipping portions of this level, so let's go! Away! Had a good conversation with a sports quarterback. I didn't know he was famous, so he got swarmed after. Oh. It's always neat to run into celebrities. I think it's always a weird experience. In case you guys are wondering, no, I don't know why this power-up is like this. It doesn't shrink your hitbox.
Those enemies seem to be protecting that cage for some reason. I've got to defeat them first.
I'm not really sure what they were going for with the purple gem here. Isn't that the guy who created Keeping Up with the Kardashians? What that show is Cancer? Yes, it is. Oh? Let's just cross. Your dad told you, otherwise you wouldn't have known. I probably have that experience too with most sports things. Oh! Got it! If I remember right, actually, they changed these. Yeah, you can no longer stand on the top of them to cheese this section. Maybe the purple gem was just their way of saying, like, we don't know how this will all turn out, here's a failsafe. Yeah, no, basically. Notice I can use it to skip any sections of these DLC levels that get a little too, out there. And it's really expensive to buy from the shop, so I think it was really just like a dev debug tool by the end of the game. Oh! Oh, what the fuck just happened to the lighting? And it's back. Alright, sure. That's good poppin'. Mm-hmm. Your mom was a background character on Cheers? I mean, I've never watched Cheers. I don't really watch, sitcoms.
Easy. No sweat.
Ever. And I'm pretty sure there's a couple other, or no, there's one more gem I haven't shown what it does. So I'll try to show it in this next level. Just know, it's completely worthless. It does nothing. Ultra hard mode. Fight Silver while carrying Elise. I could do it. Don't you fucking tempt me. I could do it. Alright. White Acropolis hard mode. Man, Dusty Desert just kind of flew by, didn't it? Better one would be fighting Egg Cerberus as Elise. No, thank you. Never change, skateboard. Never change. The level's dust in the wind. Bad pun. Boo. Hey, I got one of those to work. Are famous and want it to be for something stupid like Rebecca Black. If I were famous, I would want it to not happen. Ever. I would never want that level of fame. Never. Like, I would settle with a YouTube channel with maybe, like, 10,000 subs, and that'd be as far as I'd want to go. Granted, I live in the middle of Methsville, USA, so my chances of getting harassed while at, like, the grocery store are minimal, but, you know. Doesn't change the fact that it's there. Did they get rid of the jump ramps? I think they might have. I'm not sure. I wasn't really paying attention. All we have here is tweakers and boomers. Yeah. So many fucking tweakers and so many fucking boomers. Speaking of boomers, by the way, I quit my job. That's a fun thing. I can finally mention what company I was working for, specifically by name, in the middle of a regular stream without worrying about getting fired finally.
Yes. Yes.
Someone's gonna be like, hey, that's the guy who made Scrow's cheese dip. Oh no, that wasn't cheese dip, that was a salad. can see how you'd make that mistake. Yeah. It's not a salad, it's a sin. God, okay, the game is falling apart here. Okay. What am I looking for? A switch? Maybe? There it is. See ya, fuckers! Those obnoxious things are, checks to see if you have the red gem, by the way. They move to your exact location, and they move at basically the same speed you can, so you have to slow them down to make it through there. This place called Salad and Go, but the L is like a fork, so it just looks like the name is Sad and Go. That was me getting ready to go to work in the morning, honestly. But yeah, I can finally call out the shitty company I was fucking working for. Literally, fuck McDonald's. It's garbage. When I visit my therapist. Gotta get those Tails movement strats.
I'll take it from here.
Alright. Optimal Tails gameplay. I pride myself on it. You see, when people complain about this game and talk about, like, the glitches and shit, what a lot of people don't realize, and what I actually really respect the speedrunning community for realizing, way ahead of, like, literally anybody else, is that while this game is a bugged-out mess that you really can't predict at times, it has a lot of bugs that you can predict, and it's got a lot of consistency to how you control your character, which is really nice for speedrunning and for speed strats. At the very least, they did their job and they made sure that the game doesn't, like, isn't impossible to go fast in. I want to screw Ronald McDonald? No.
Yes.
Fuck your enemies, Eggman. I like how absolutely not intense that, like, half pipe you run through there is.
Yeah.
Nope, no S rank this time.
Too easy.
Yes,
No
yes,
sweat.
yes! Oh no, that's almost as good as great, great, great! If you can get it in, Kingdom Valley. You had the Ronald McDonald straight-to-video cartoon? Oh, I'm sorry. Ronald McDonald is the worst mascot, by the way. There's a reason you don't see him anymore. Ever. Like, the McDonald's company does not use him at all. More glitches on the best game? Yeah, hell yeah! We're doing the DLC tonight. This is very hard White Acropolis. So where the previous one is really just sort of, like, the hard modes are really just the regular levels, just with a few more enemies, maybe some mixed around gimmicks. These very hard modes are extremely different. They all sort of play like ROM hacks, honestly. McDonald's Sega games are legit good. I've heard like one of them's good. I don't own any of them though. You see, I call these fast strats oof strats because, oh, okay. You really don't need to pay attention to, like, moving when you're going oof and flipping over. It doesn't slow you down at all, and if you don't get hit... Oh, shit. What do you call the camera jitter strat? Epilepsy. Oh. Gotta slow down the annoying fuckwits. Oh wow, they're like not even affected by it in very hard. That's good.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
See, I'm pretty sure there's a switch down here? No? Oh, they just want me to go over. Got it. But they still had the switch. Wait a minute. Do I have to homing attack those? Maybe. That might be what they want me to do.
I'll go on from here.
You see, the thing about Tails in this game is, when moving as him, you really have to keep in mind that you only consume flight when you're pressing the A button. So if you do successive taps, not quite as quick as you do them with, like, say, Omega or Silver, but if you just do, like, you know, hold, release, you can maintain most of your height, and as long as you are generally going to land where you want to, or you can't do anything about him. Oh, there he goes. As long as you're generally going to land where you want to, you could always rely on that, basically. Interesting to see the little fixes and or tweaks in the DLC. Yeah, all the stages are just remixed in very weird ways sometimes. Really making you think about how you want to get to where you need to go. It's good-ass DLC for the most part. Wave Ocean was pretty bad, I'll admit. But, like, other than Wave Ocean, you know, most of these stages have been amazing. With the exception of, like, Dusty Desert. It wasn't, like, Wave Ocean had that part at the beginning, but and the whale parts, but otherwise it was fine. And then Dusty Desert had, like, the sand death traps, and those are obnoxious as fuck. But other than that, it was, like, pretty fun to traverse. I don't know. It's been good DLC. As far as this game goes.
Yes!
I do really want to know what they were thinking with, okay. With the Wave Ocean level, though. Like, parts of it. Oh, yeah, and before we finish this level, because we're about to, right at the 4-minute mark, I should show off the last gem that I have yet to show off. The white gem. It's worthless. It just holds a homing attack in the air.
Yeah.
You can use it to, like, float in some spots, I guess. But in all honesty, I'd rather use the purple gem.
That was incredible.
Alright. Crisis City. On to hard mode. Time is it? 10:44. I don't know how far we'll get into the Sonic stages here. Only crisis I see is Tom's cheese salad. No, that's Aunt Myrna's party cheese salad. I'm not the person who made it. Can't just give me credit for party cheese salad. No, that's Cooking with Jack and Aunt Myrna's fault. Yes, I made a party cheese salad. But, like, can you blame me? Look at that fucking ingredients list. Okay, that's fair. I did make you guys aware of it. So, that's my fault. Does Sonic normally say Yahoo there? I don't think he does. Oh. Alright. It's fine, I guess I'll just fall off. Oh. This game never fails to entertain. Aunt Myrna must not be popular at family gatherings. I don't know, Cooking with Jack just eats a whole spoonful of party cheese salad. Like, he just picks it up and just shovels it into his mouth, and I don't understand. I couldn't swallow a bite of that thing. The flavors don't mix. You just sort of taste lemon jello, and then occasionally, like, a piece of celery will hit your tongue, and you'll taste celery. And then sometimes God really hates you, and you get a pecan in your mouth. And that's all you're gonna taste. Oh. You're gonna vomit? I don't know. Don't watch the party cheese salad video if you think it'll make you vomit. Just remember though, I had to eat that shit. On camera. And I had to refrain from vomiting on camera, lest I have awkward footage to edit of watching myself vomit. See, I'm happy to... Oh? I'm happy to do these hard mode missions, because it lets me really show off just how, like, unreasonably good I am at playing as Sonic in this game. God, Crisis City's level team is so good. Okay, okay. I considered trying to become a speedrunner for this game, honestly. However, there's a couple big issues with that. One is that it's a really competitive speedrunning category. Like, extremely competitive as far as Sonic goes. The second is that all the records are basically in place. Can't really optimize this game anymore, sadly. And then the third thing is that this game is incredibly technical to speedrun. You have to get a lot of good skips for some sections of levels. And while I could probably do it on an individual case-by-case basis, I could never just sit down and, like, do it all, you know? That's not something I've ever been, like, good at. I swear, sometimes the game just sets you up for failure. Oh, for failure in some of these sections.
Yes.
How come no one speeds World of Warcraft? Gee, I don't know. Why does no one speedrun World of Warcraft? Remember when World of Warcraft Classic came out and there was just that, like, 1,000-player line to beat up one NPC? I remember that. That was fun. Speedrun Ace Attorney. No thanks. Oh my god. Oh. What? Okay, there was nothing in that section. Oh. Oh, okay. People do speedrun Ace Attorney? If it's New Game Plus, they hold B for 10 hours? Oh. Now that's a mistake. Do you know there's a real game on Steam? I think it's called Winter Story. That's like an ASCII, like, visual novel where all of, like, the whole game is in ASCII text, including the images. And, you can just, like, you can hold to skip text in it. And there's no, like, dialogue options or anything. And there's achievements for going through the game and getting to specific chapters. So, you can hold down Enter and skip the entire game in 30 seconds and receive 5 Steam achievements in 30 seconds, which flips up Steam's cheaters, like, cheater alarm. And, it has a chance of, like, Steam, like, VAC banning you. It's amazing. One of the reviews is just hold Enter for 15 seconds and receive a free VAC ban. I should find that game at some point. I think it was called Winter Story. It's not very much money, I don't think. Alright, Very Hard Crisis City.
The whole city's on fire. Yes.
Oh, okay, I guess I'm dead now.
Whoa! The whole city's on fire. Yes. Yahoo!
There's the Yahoo again. I don't think that's in the regular game. I don't think that's in normal mode. You going to bed? Good night, Whale. Oh, oh? Hey, what the fuck? Unsubtle Yahoo advertising. I don't think any advertiser wanted their name anywhere near this game. Time is it? It's just about 11 here. I don't know how far we're gonna make it into these. I know the shadow ones are really long. Oh. Good. Good slowdown.
Yes. Okay.
There we go. And there. Don't want to fuck up one of those, honestly. Oh no. Okay. Let's try that again. I will say, one thing that I'm not really a huge fan of about these DLCs is that there tends to only be one way through a level. So, like, for example, there is only the grind rail through this section. And it's, I don't know, not the best. Considering Sonic's all about, like, the fact that you can take different routes through levels. And finding the fastest route is, like, the point of the game. I'm just gonna take the easy route and jump across like that. Nope. I tried to jump. It did not work. Let's try the Sky Gem in that area. Go. Oh. Guess just skip the middleman there. Well, I mean, hey, we get a chance to stand on this platform. That never happens. Game, we need to have a word with you and doing that. You know, almost killing me by sending me to the wrong spot. There we go. Hello, Sega Gem. Nice to see you. I am terrified of this level. I have no idea, like, what it's gonna throw at me at any given moment. Now, I only playtested these levels, like, for Sonic up through... I think I stopped at Crisis City, I think. And then I decided to start playtesting some of the Shadow levels, and then one Shadow level took 20 minutes. So, we'll see how the rest of this stream goes. Because the rest of its content I have never seen before. Oh! That worm just kind of, fell out of the bottom side of that platform. Okay. Okay. I wonder how they want me to make that jump. He did it again. I'm pretty sure that's it using like its dive attack. Okay, not like that. Sure. I'll just use the purple gem. If I game over here, I'll just move on. The only section of this level left is like the Mach Speed Zone, and well, as we saw, Mach Speed Zones don't change. Oh, good. Good, yeah. Good job, Sonic. Proud of you. This is one of the first times I've ever seen him fuck up a homing attack in this game. Okay, switch to the purple gem. Go right over it. Section of the level not working? Fuck it. This game doesn't control me. I can skip it. There we go. Your phone is janky? Okay. All phones are janky, honestly. Oh, these are memories you might not have even had. Because we're in the DLC levels. Everything is kind of altered here. So, like, imagine a bad, like, Mario ROM hack that doesn't work.
Tornado's carrying a car.
And that's sort of what we're playing. Oh god. I'm gonna really hope I get 100 rings. Considering how easy it is to fuck these sections up. Oh no. Nope. Oh god. Come on, come on, come on. Oh. I don't know how we won that. Still an A rank? I think I've gotten an A rank on all of these.
No sweat.
Sonic, shut up. Lots of sweat. Lots of sweat. This stage is one of the more broken examples. Let's hope Flame Core is better. I know that it won't be, but we can hope. Alright, Flame Core hard. Tried to get all the medals back in the day. I'm so sorry. I tried it at one point. I think I got most of the Sonic medals. I don't think I got all of them. And then I just could not force myself to do the rest. And I generally like this game. It's just getting all S ranks in it. It's a nightmare, and there's not even a reward for doing it. But I did it for Sonic, because he's like one of my favorite characters to play as. Yeah, other Sonic games had like something.
What a view.
This game had nothing. Alright, so this is a hard mode Flame Core. This one's built into the game. Yeah, definitely not worth finishing on 100%. Yeah, no. It would have been neat if they, like, implemented something, like a palette swap for Sonic or something, but no. It's supposed to have an alternate ending, but it never, like, got put into the game. The achievement's still there. So clearly it was being planned all the way up until the game, like, launched. Okay.
No.
You can get a list of nonsense names for your trouble? Yeah, no.
Woohoo! What a view!
Gotta be kind of careful here. Hard mode for this level is one of the trickier ones. I mean, granted, Flame Core is just generally one of the hardest levels in the game anyways. Yeah, no, I'm a firm believer that this game needed, like, exactly one more year of dev time. Alright, we're gonna use the purple gem to skip this part because fuck that. That is, like, not doable. No way.
Whoa! Are you all coming out to say hi?
The multiplayer for this game was kind of fun from the little that I played of it. But, you know, you ask your friends, hey, you want to play some Sonic 06? And a good majority of them will say no. So, I only played it like once or twice. Where's it coming? There it is. House would get mad because I cheesed it as silver. He'd always get mad. Man, cheesing the multiplayer races as silver was like the worst thing. Two player became one player. There's a tag mode. Silver's really good in the tag mode. Because Silver can skip everything in it. He can play it alone. There's like certain sections where like you're required to use like these buttons to open up gates, and you can just do the ground pound thing to activate both buttons. And thus you can beat most levels from the tag mode as Silver alone. That doesn't mean I'm gonna do it here though. I don't even think I own a second Xbox controller at this point.
Whoa, that's not always piece of cake, no sweat.
I was 9 when this came out. I didn't have that, oh, this game sucks kind of thought process yet. Just thought it was hard. I sort of had that. I didn't get the game until 2010. Which, God, how old was I then? 12? I think I was 12 back then. 12 or 11 when I got the game. And I had sort of seen the discourse about this game online, but of course, you know, Sonic discourse online at any time is always terrible. And thus I didn't trust what I was reading, and I was like, I really want to play that game. It looks really cool. And I played it, and it kicked my ass, and I thought it was terrible because of that. And then eventually, like, I want to say a year or so later, I went back and I replayed it. And I was like, damn, this is actually really good. I like this a lot. Makes a great, like, follow-up to Sonic Adventure, I'd say. Makes a great third game in the trilogy. Because it's done in exactly the Sonic Adventure 1 style. With, like, and it has Sonic Adventure 2, like, power-ups and shit. Came home from school, my stepdad was like, hey, a new game for the Xbox. I rage quit after playing it for 3 days. Couldn't get past the first Mach speed. I fucking couldn't either. The first Mach speed section is hell on new players. I'm really excited for Project 06 because this game has some really damn good level design and some damn good visual design all throughout it, and I'm excited for the gameplay to finally catch up with that. No more getting stuck to rails or walls, no more accidentally, like, oops, that, like, fucking dash pad didn't work. None of that. That thing that just happened right now. Oh, you dicks, Sega. Okay, I didn't think he'd actually touch that. I slightly nudged the control stick and he decided to touch it. Played one of the betas a while ago for White Acropolis, I think. Yeah, I'm very excited. I've only played the Kingdom Valley demo so far. I find it best with Sonic fan games to try and put them out of my mind until they get, like, a full release. Because Sonic fan base, like, games are really bad about just falling silent and going away forever. Generations controls for this game does help a lot.
How'd it last?
so excited for the Sonic 2 HD remake. Is that the Master System one, or is that the regular one? Because I'm pretty sure the Master System one is, like, still actively getting worked on.
I'll take care of it.
I don't know about, like, you know, actual Sonic 2, the Genesis one. Yeah, I don't know about that one. I haven't looked into it. But I think it's best that I haven't, you know, considering it's being brought up now in response to fan games that went dark and we never heard from again. I mean, like, look, I get it. You're developing a product for free, and you're not expecting to see any money out of it, and things come up, you know? Like, I get it. But Sonic fan games in the community tend to get announced way too fucking early. Like, to the point where the games don't even have, like, more than one level done. And the engine is still riddled with issues. Looking to it back in high school. Oh, God. Like, remember the Sonic Utopia demo? Has that gotten, like, anything? Do we know anything more about that? I don't think we do. I haven't heard anyone mention that thing in years.
Okay. Whoa! Yes.
Alright, what are they gonna do at the bottom here? Nothing. Awesome, they weren't being dicks. Just a one-off thing? Yeah. Like, why bother? I don't know, why make this entire engine that can sustain an entire Sonic game and then never do anything with it? It just feels weird. Feels really weird. Getting nostalgia blasted. Alright, you ready for a DLC level? This is my first time playing very hard Flame Core, so we'll see how this goes. Oh my god, this level's gonna kick my ass, I can already tell. Regular Flame Core is already really difficult. And, like, precise with a lot of its, like, faster skips. So, we'll see. Oh! Oh, we're starting in the volcano, okay. Are we gonna be, like, working our way out of the volcano? Okay, probably not. After trying to unlock very hard in Sonic Heroes, no thanks, one playthrough is plenty.
Yes.
Yeah. Luckily, you don't have to do anything, like, strenuous to unlock very hard in this game. It's just, you know, you have to buy it. Which it's still up, by the way. You can still buy these. I was shocked to find out. I really wasn't expecting it. Very hard mode in Heroes is by no means worth it. Yeah, it doesn't seem so. Purple gem it is. Just to avoid losing a life. Oh, it's still like up on the PS3? I looked for it on the PSN and it's like not there. Looks up in the original PS3 store when it was awful. Oh shit.
Yes. Knuckles.
Oh no, I still have to do the Knuckles section? Fuck. This'll be fun.
If all of the lights shine at once, your way will become clear.
Anyways, all of it's on the Xbox store though. Very hard and the boss attacks and Team Attack Amigo, you can still buy all of them, including some custom Xbox themes that I highly doubt work. Okay, that should be the last one, right?
Thank you,
Yep.
Knuckles.
Old games like Spider-House and Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing. Yeah, no, 06, I'm pretty sure last I checked was unlisted from the PlayStation Store, along with Unleashed, oddly enough. I'm pretty sure Sega did it, because, like, in a response to, like, Sonic's reputation being rock bottom. What? Oh, is this gonna take me outside? I think it is. Anyways, I'm pretty sure Sega unlisted all that stuff from PSN, but all of it's still up on the Xbox 360 store. So, I recently, tonight actually, found out that there's still DLC for Unleashed out there. And I would like to play it on stream like I'm doing here, but I have to buy another version of the game. I currently only own the PS3 version of that one, so I'm going to have to buy the Xbox 360 version.
Woohoo! What a view!
Which, like, granted, it would lead to a better streaming experience anyways, because that one plays better. Just runs more consistently. Real talk, when are we getting Unleashed HD? Like, so that that game can run properly?
Yes! Yes!
Interesting that this level was, like, basically cut in half and reversed. Oh! Oh? Hey, what the fuck just happened?
Yes!
That's the game you just mod generations for? Hey, I made it through it that time. Yeah. I haven't really gotten into generations modding. I know that there's some really good mods out there for Generations and Lost World, but whenever I play Unleashed, I like the night stages as well, so I just put in the disc. Just a me thing, I guess. I like the warehouse section, but it does run like garbage. Honestly, yeah, that game needs like an HD or like a PS4 update. Oh, that was the wrong one. There we go. Always use the red gem when crossing these. Always. Like, I'm pretty sure you can get it by this point in the story as well.
Yes!
There's no reason not to. It makes crossing these so much easier. You know what stupid fucking response I always get when I talk to people about Unleashed specifically that drives me insane? Whenever I bring up Unleashed and liking it and being like, no, it's a good game, everyone always responds with, yeah, but the werehog. And I'm like, okay, yeah, what's wrong with the werehog? He plays just fine. And everyone's like, but it's Sonic, I want to move fast. And every time I'm like, I hear that, I'm just like, alright. So this guy's never played a Sonic game before Unleashed. And I should cut this conversation here. Like, because there's so much more to Sonic than just going fast. Sonic's always about experimenting and trying out different gameplay styles and shit. So the series has done from the beginning. Because going fast on its own is a good way to make a game, like, really short. And have a lot of effort go into it that really doesn't get, like, anything out of it. Like, oh, here's the thing, right? Whenever like, no, I want... Oh, is that an rank? Hell yeah!
Incredible.
Whenever they're like, no, I want to go fast in my Sonic game, guys. I want to move fast in my Sonic game. And I'm like, okay, here's Forces. You don't do anything but go fast. And they're like, no, that one's bad. Main issues with Sonic Unleashed was when the performance and the enemy variety. Same here. The fact that the game tanks in frame rate every like 5 minutes isn't great. And the fact that the game, like, really only has like 3 or 4 different enemies for the night sections is like the night section's biggest problem. Other than that, like, the game is great. It's designed really well. Let's see, it's 11:24. Probably get through Radical Train and like maybe the hard mode of the one after it. Maybe. It's any fan base. Yeah, I don't tend to recently Paper Mario and the Origami King. Oh, right? I mean, I get Paper Mario. I really get why people were upset about that one.
I've got to get ahead and help the train.
But I don't know. Maybe it's just because, like, you sign up for an RPG, I guess. And what you get is an RPG, but it's so watered down that it's, like, depressing. Because that's been, like, the past, like, several Paper Marios. What? I don't know, I'd say the reason people are hating it is because it's a lot like the 2 games that they tend to not like, which is Sticker Star and Color Splash. Those 2 I've heard are very bad. And it all comes down to like one main thing. The game like disincentivizes you from playing it because battling doesn't have a purpose other than consuming resources. Adding experience to an RPG is like vital because it gives you a reason to do the battles. Like, I don't, like, from what I've seen so far, a lot of people are admitting that Origami King is, like, pretty good on some fronts, you know? It's got a good story, it's got good characters, apparently. I haven't played it yet, so, you know. But the battling is just, like, taking, you know, making everyone hate it. But yeah, no, I can't see Paper Mario as an example of this, like, exact thing. You know, maybe part of it is that I'm not exactly a fan of Paper Mario, you know? I've never really played any of the games. I played about, like, a chunk. Oh, good night, Jake. I played a chunk of Thousand Year Door, and I intend on continuing it someday once COVID's over and I can get back to playing it with my friends.
Yes.
But yeah, no, there's a good reason why I tend to not interact with people online, because from what I've found, a lot of online discourse is like that. I'd rather have it be like here on my Twitch channel on my own terms. So I'm the one with the voice here, not you guys. Mwahaha. Okay. Oh boy. Hello, Annie Rocks. Sonic X Shadow? I don't know, I've never really considered it. My close friend is, by his own admission, incredibly tsundere towards Paper Mario 1. Yeah, I've barely played Paper Mario 1.
Elise's train is... Uh-oh, gotta speed up.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Yes. the only place without any cargo.
Sonic, please. Sonic! Oh. Have I played a lot of Sonic games? I've played like almost all of them.
Uh-oh, gotta speed up.
I fucking love this series a lot. Okay.
That's the only place without any
I
cargo.
guess... oh my god.
Elisa's
Yeah, this is
trains.
definitely a change of pace. You
Uh-oh,
are right.
Gotta speed up.
Oh my god, this section is so bad.
That's the only place without any cargo.
Oh! You own all of them in some way? I have a good majority of them. I don't know if I own all of them. I'd have to, like, really think about it. I do own most of them, though.
Is Elisa on board?
I think, like, currently I don't own a way to play Sonic and the Secret Rings. Which, like, I'm gonna have to figure out
I'm
something
almost
I
there.
can do about that.
Elise, hang on.
Hey, look, we'll actually see the proper ending of this level. Love these sections the most, but damn, they suck. Yeah, it was sort of a precursor to, like, better things to come, but man, they were not great.
Just made it.
In case any of you newcomers are curious, I sort of jumbled a lot of the order a bit, and we did all of the first era of 3D. We did all of that back to back. So after this game, we're going back to Advanced, and we're gonna go from Advanced to like Rush, and we're just gonna go through those. I might do Rush Adventure maybe. That would be after this one though. Just because I wanted to, like, really show off the progression of 3D Sonic. Because this series makes a lot of weird decisions as it goes through.
Sonic, shouldn't you save the train before chasing after me?
Oh boy.
Help! Sonic, help!
Hey, what the fuck? Okay, that's what I have
Get
to...
ahead and help the train.
Okay. Advanced games were your jam? I'm actually kind of nervous about them. I've noticed lately that opinion has been shifting against them. And I don't know, it's been ages since I actually sat down to play them. Granted, I don't normally go along with the majority opinion on Sonic, but opinion shifting against Sonic games? Never. Honestly, these games only opinion shift to the negative. I want you guys to notice one major thing about when I play Sonic 06 versus when you see literally anyone else play Sonic 06. Which is to say, when I'm enjoying the game versus when anyone else is insisting that the game is terrible. Because I guarantee you, those are like the two standpoints. Me and everyone hating it. Notice that, like, my gameplay is actually, like, smooth and not garbage. It bothers the fuck out of me when everyone, like, shouts about how bad this game is, and I watch them play it, and they're just fucking terrible at it. Oh. My heart just kind of stopped. Yeah, I'm trying. That's a good point. I'm actually, like, attempting to play the game. No, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that this game is... Oh, come on. Like a masterpiece or anything, but... I'm also not gonna sit here and pretend like this is, like, the worst game ever and that I don't enjoy playing it, because I absolutely enjoy this game. Yeah, not all glitches suck. Yeah, some of them save you. They really can be your angle or your devil. Alright, time for the very hard Mach Speed. Oh, not looking forward to this. I gotta say, for the most part, they've been, like, the very hard modes have been very nice. Like, there's some dumb shit here or there, like, sprinkled throughout them, but overall, they feel just as good as the regular game.
Elise's train is... Uh-oh! Gotta speed
Alright, here
up.
we go. Let's see what they did.
That's the only place
Bye.
without any cargo.
Played some awful games. This definitely isn't bottom of the
Elise's
barrel.
train is...
Oh, yeah, no.
Uh-oh. Gotta speed
This game
up.
doesn't even come close.
Yes.
Honestly, if this game had released on
That's the only
PS2
place without any cargo.
without much hype surrounding it, it probably wouldn't even be infamous. Like, this game's biggest fucking problem was that Sega decided it needed to, like, have the shit hyped out of it. Like, everyone needed to know that this was the next greatest Sonic game, you know? But it wasn't. I can fully admit this game isn't as good as Adventure.
I'm almost there. Police, hang on.
There we go. Secret Rings is worse than this one? Agreed. Secret Rings is, like, actually garbage. The reason it came out like this is because they cut the team in half. Yeah, half of the team worked on Secret Rings, and I have no idea why. Secret Rings was fucking terrible. But, at the very least, we got, not Secret Rings out of it. Just suddenly, hey, you guys make one on the Wii. Alright, Tropical Jungle Hard Mode. At the rate that we're going at, we're gonna get at least 4 or 5 more streams out of Sonic 06, honestly. This game is quite long. You 100%ed Secret Rings? I am so sorry. I don't know why you do that to yourself.
Let's run straight up.
Anyways, yeah, unfortunately, we still have, you know, her stapled to us. Honestly, you can join the club with Robert for being masochists in my chat, because Robert did all of the paths in Shadow the Hedgehog. Oh, yeah, 326.
Hang on tight.
Alright, let's try that again.
I'm going right up the middle.
Fun fact, on the PS3 version, those, the bulbs, their animations are a little bit too fast, so they display at the wrong time. Let us mourn our childhoods. Yeah, they were picked apart by reviewers on the internet for internet clout. And now when we talk about enjoying video games, we're told, no, you did that wrong. You're not enjoying that video game right. Why aren't you hating this video game?
We're getting out of the cave.
That didn't work. You know, if you really think about it, this game never really seemed unplayable. Yeah, it's fine. It has a bunch of glitches, yeah. But very, like, only a handful of them are, like, really game-breaking.
Over there.
Oh, okay.
Thank Thank you, Elise.
Oh. If I game over on this one, we are moving on. Nobody was able to not game over at Wave Ocean. Yeah. If Wave Ocean's Mach Speed section had been easier, I feel like people would have liked this game at least a little bit more. Like, I don't want to say that Mach Speed sections in general were a bad idea, but the way that they were implemented was very messy.
Let's keep going.
Over there.
Oh,
We're getting out of the cave.
people seem obsessive over production values. I mean, this game's normal gameplay has pretty alright production values for 2006. What a lot of people seem to be missing when they talk about, like, oh man, this game looks terrible, is that this game released on the Xbox 360 in 2006. Yeah, games back then looked a little weird. And we were still trying to figure out the hardware for this new era. Other launch titles don't exactly look great.
Over there.
And on top of that, Sonic games have never exactly been known for being
Thank you, Elise.
beautiful. You know, not until recent times, where that's literally all they have going for them. Your own sanity, don't look up Sonic 06, the video game's nadir playlist. Remember it being funny? I can tell you, you'd be seething at the gameplay. The main issue I have is dead-looking characters and cutscenes. Yeah, no, the reason for that is because they were intending to use this side engine for cutscenes. And you can see that in some of them, where they use the in-game models for pre-rendered cutscenes. But, you know, team got cut in half, they didn't have the time for that, so only like 2 cutscenes in the entire game got that treatment. But that's how they were supposed to look. Oh yeah, no, GTA 4 is a great example of this exact kind of thing. That game is kind of ugly and disgusting looking. But it was like, what, early Xbox and PS3? Now, if this game released in 2009 and you were like, look at Final Fantasy 13, I'd be like, alright, yeah, you've got a point, but nah. Alright. Almost to the end of this, hopefully. What time is it? 11:42? Let's see how much of the next level we get done. It's really hard to say because, again, we're past the point where I've play-tested. I don't know a lot of these levels as well. Oh, come on. What? Hey, what the fuck is happening? Oh! Okay. Alright, you know what? Let's just walk over there. Art style will always be what determines the graphics for me, not the resolution or frame rate. Yeah, Sonic 06's art style is kind of a disaster. Oh. There we go.
Nice.
Luckily, the good thing about both of the terrible Elise sections is that they're all short. Like, each level is only 2 to 4 minutes. So, you know, not the worst thing ever. Despite what people will tell you. Really, how did this game go down as one of the worst games of all time? I'm genuinely curious. Alright, very hard. Please do not tell me that we are still holding her. Don't mind the real people in Sonic World. Adventure did it fine enough. Yeah, but Adventure didn't give any of them a prominent role in the story. This game gave them prominent roles in the story.
Let's run straight up.
Oh no! Well, we're gonna game over in this
Let's
one.
run straight up.
I don't expect to finish this one, honestly. We just fell through that. Well, thank you for the support. But I highly doubt I'm gonna be able to finish this.
Hang on tight.
You can go back and check the VOD for like the original time I played this. This level was still difficult on me in regular mode.
We're getting out of the cave.
The whole disappointing release thing got the ball rolling. Yeah. And Sonic and Elise thing got it rolling faster than the Silver Boss
We're
slapped it
getting
into
out
a
of the
coffin.
cave.
Yeah. It really is just the game's general reputation compounding over and over again. It's like a really fucked up game of telephone.
We're getting out of the cave.
Don't forget the Game Grumps playthrough. That also put another nail in the coffin for this one. Hey, wait a minute. Did I just skip an entire portion of this section?
Let's keep going.
Sonic, you're right.
Thank you, Elise.
Oh my god. Oh.
Let's rip.
Okay, he doesn't normally say that. And also, what the fuck does that mean? Not to mention, by this point, fans were hot off the heels of Shadow. And not to mention, also, there were other fans who were hot off the heels of Heroes. Like, you know, the PS2 and Xbox players who were sort of, like, shafted by that game. Really, Sega wasn't doing themselves any favors by releasing broken, like, ports of these games. Hey, wait a minute. We don't normally visit this section. The last Sonic game I played before this was Advance 3, so I didn't even know Sonic was bad when this came out. Yeah, I was really far removed from the context of this one's release, so I can't really comment on anything like this. But I can say that I sort of played the series in like, I sort of played the series in like a weird jumbled up order that no one else did, so, you know, that was my experience. Hey, what the fuck is happening? Okay, I guess they want me to walk across the water here. I mean, hey, this is a really unique usage of this map. Do I want to know? Okay. That's why there's a circle there. Please. Oh. Okay. It really didn't help that the game was like literally falling apart. You better stay fucking put, Mr. Turtle. Okay. We got the bastard one. Can they use these? They can. Oh. Not what I find myself going back to. I'm always finding new stuff to play. Definitely not the worst. Honestly, I wouldn't put any Sonic game on like the list of worst games I've ever played. Except maybe Sonic Spinball. That's mainly because I'm salty. Oh no. They couldn't just end the level, could they? Holy shit. What the fuck? Where is it? Where is it? There it is. That was really weird. For speaking the confines of Sonic, for me the worst is probably Secret Rings. I feel like I have the right to say that. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Secret Rings is pretty bad.
I don't believe it.
Even that one had some stuff to like about it. Mainly the story and like some of the music for me. I thought like everything about the gameplay was fucking abysmal. But the story was enjoyable enough. Almost done with the Sonic DLC. Almost. Just have Kingdom Valley and then Aquatic Base. And we'll probably save the Kingdom Valley very hard for next time. Because it's getting fairly late. We'll see.
Silver, we don't have time. Let's get to Elise right away.
Wait a minute, Silver wasn't here though. Oh, whatever. I will say about Secret Rings, the one good thing that came out of it for me was the sequel, because I really like Black Knight. Yeah, you've mentioned it. The drift games are like bottom tier for you, right? Because, yeah, I get it.
Oh, yes.
Maybe you're just incompetent, but I can't get used to how those games control. I don't think that's something that you really want to get used to. I played them. Some of them. And they weren't good. Although I gotta say, they were way ahead of their time. Some of the first racing games on portable consoles. Right there. God, Kingdom Valley really is just like the best level in the game. Sonic's fading okay for no reason. I don't think Black Knight was much better personally, but at least you could control it. That's just it. Black Knight had one of the best plots in the entire series. Like, it didn't just have a good plot like Secret Rings had. It had one of the best plots with one of the best Sonic characterizations. It had pretty substandard gameplay, I'll admit. It's just waggle fest, hold forward, who cares. But it had pretty great music, stage themes. It had actual playable side characters for the last time ever.
I'll go on ahead.
Oh boy, Silver. My boy. Okay. I guess those boxes are just, too attached. So when it comes to remakes, would you prefer a good game everybody's played or a bad game to get a second chance? I prefer a bad game to get a second chance. Honestly. However, this is ignoring the third category of remake, an older title that modern developments could really help. Something like Ocarina of Time 3D or yeah, no, Ocarina of Time 3D is like really the best example of this. Because that game was helped quite a bit by the changes the 3DS brought. Extra buttons to be able to set more things, a touchscreen to have the map not like intruding on the top, like on the main screen, and of course, gyro aiming, which really, like, say what you will about gyro aiming, aiming with the N64 control stick is not a fun experience. But yes, generally speaking, I would prefer games that are generally considered bad to get remakes, so that more people have a chance to play them, and
Hey, not bad.
like, more people can, or I guess they can get the polish that they need. Like, I would love to see a remake of this game. A full remake of Sonic 06. Like, all the design work's already done. You just need to, like, build it at that point. And, like, that takes away a good chunk of the difficulties when it comes to game development. Granted, you'll probably still have to make a new engine for it, but, I mean, who cares? Whatever. However, if they change a word of this goddamn script, I'm suing. Destroy All Humans just came out? I remember some of my friends who lived near me back in the day, they used to talk about that game quite a bit. They liked it. I don't know how it holds up nowadays. I feel like that a game like Destroy All Humans could fall into that category I brought up, where it's like a game that could really be improved by modern hardware. Oh yeah, they need to keep Silver getting kicked in the back of the head. In fact, they need to change the cutscenes around so Sonic sees it as well, so you get to see it 3 times instead of just twice.
Piece of cake. No sweat.
Oh yeah, and please, Sega, get Jason Griffith back as Sonic and Shadow. Get the original voice cast. Because nobody likes your current voice cast for this series. Nobody. They're terrible. Like, the best we've got is Eggman, who, what do you know, has been voicing the character for like a decade now. Who's the current Eggman? Mike Pollock? Something like that? In fact, there's just a dedicated button on the main menu that shows the kick. What a weird setup they've got here for this part. Sonic's character since Boom has literally been, haha, I'm an asshole, don't you love me? His whole character is like deprecating jokes and being a dick nowadays, and it's terrible. Like, Lost World is some of the worst fucking writing. Don't even fucking get me started on forces. Sonic Boom Show can have good humor, but anytime he tries to go meta, I want to shrivel up. There was a point in time where, like, they made fun of Chris Chan, I think, on one of the episodes, and, like, man, that was not a rabbit hole they wanted to open. Granted, it's pretty rare that someone has a brand so connected to a lol cow as Sonic and Chris Chan. I mean, like, the closest I've seen is, like, DSP in Persona.
Yes.
Because his Persona playthroughs are, like, some of his most infamous.
Yes.
And how much people circle jerk. Oh, fuck. The self-aware aspect, like, it's groundbreaking that the series now hates itself. Yeah, I hate that. No, what I find obnoxious about it is that people are like, oh man, see, Sonic Boom is good. It's, like, super self-aware, guys. When, in actuality, it's like, that's every modern cartoon. That's all of them. Sonic Boom's only thing is that it's tricked you by having Sonic branding. It's like the writers just wanted to roast Sonic. Well, you see, ever since, like, Lost World, or no, ever since Colors, every writer that's touched this fucking brand, except for the comic books, hates Sonic. All of them. This isn't something that, like, I'm making up. Like, if you look up the writing team for the current ones, he's, like, on record saying that he's not a Sonic fan. He's never interacted with, like, Sonic at all. And, like, it's the same with, like, the fucking TV show. And it's the same with the Boom video games, and it's the same everywhere, because no one at Sega likes Sonic. Like, I'm kind of amazed they haven't dropped him at this point. And the last thing I want to happen is for Sega to go, fuck it, and sell Sonic to, like, Nintendo or some shit. Like, I don't want that. That's something that I hear a lot, is that, oh, Nintendo should just buy Sega, or Nintendo should just buy Sonic. They'll do a good job with Sonic. When the answer is no, they won't. Nintendo will not do a good job with Sonic. if you really look at like Nintendo's track record with things, right? And you really consider what they would do with the Sonic brand if they had it. Nintendo tends to have two kinds of franchises. Ones that they take more seriously, and ones that are just, who cares, whatever. Just fucking throw whatever it's like whatever at the wall. The second category is mainly like Mario and Yoshi and Pikmin and all their little cartoony things. And the former category is all Metroid and to some extent Zelda, but Zelda's like more of an outlier, sort of like in between these. And it's got like F-Zero's in there. I want you to honestly look at the Sonic brand currently, and I want you to tell me that Nintendo would not automatically file Sonic into the goofy, kid-friendly, just do whatever, who cares, no plot, no one's even paying attention, let's add multiplayer for some reason kind of thing. Tell me that Nintendo wouldn't do exactly fucking that with every Sonic game and just run it into the ground the same way they did Mario. This one scene in Boom committed the cardinal sin of self-awareness scenes. It paused for a moment to let the joke sink in. Aww. Well, it's 12:05. That's my normal end time. Guess we can transition to the post-stream. To show off how much we have left, we have to do Kingdom Valley very hard. We have to do Aquatic Base hard and very hard. We have to do White Acropolis. We have to do all the stages as Shadow. And then all the stages as Silver. Yeah, no, we've got a lot. And, of course, we gotta do the town missions. Because I promised I'd do a town mission stream. I haven't done nearly as many as Shadow or Silver. Well, you know, part of it is just me liking this game. Now, let me pull up the post stream. And for those of you who are going to be dipping right now, I'll just throw out what's coming up next real quick. Thursday, we're doing more Sonic 06 because I'm a masochist and I want to play more Sonic 06. And then Saturday, we're doing Castlevania Harmony of Dissonance. We're continuing that. And that'll also happen on Monday. So if you guys are interested in that, that also happens just around the weekends. And it's all 10 p.m. Pacific time till about 12 p.m. So anytime in that range, if you feel like dropping by, you know, I appreciate seeing people in the chat. You what? But don't you know that game is bad? You should stop liking this thing you like, because I don't like it. Quote the entire internet to the Sonic fan base. Hey, I appreciate it. Working hard on getting that that Twitch like affiliate so that I can finally get like maybe a sub button. So let's bring up some music. Let's just let End of the World play. And these post streams, they go anywhere from like 12 till 1. I typically try to end them off at about 12:30 because, you know, I have other things that I'm trying to work on off stream. You're a classic cuck. No, wait, you're a modern cuck. No, wait, you're just wrong. It is fucking obnoxious that even in the Sonic fan base, like even in people who like these games, there's so much fighting. Because no one can just like a Sonic game. They need to have hard opinions about them, and they need to like spout them every other fucking minute to every other Sonic fan and non-Sonic fan. Like, what is it about this series that makes it so fucking polarizing? I like Predator on NES, the Crash Sierra games. I've heard the Crash Sierra games are like kind of interesting. They're a lot like the Spyro Sierra games. So I'm nervous because if you don't know, which I don't know why you would, I don't really have this advertised anywhere. After I finish Sonic and Castlevania and I sort of cycle those two out, and I bring in new ones, I'm going to do Spyro and Crash, and I'm going to do them alongside each other. So I'm going to do Spyro 1, Crash 1, Spyro 2, Crash 2, Spyro 3, Crash 3. And whenever there's like a gap, I'll just like put something in that spot for the other one. Like a good example is once I hit the end of that, I'll do like Crash Bash and Crash Team Racing. That was the one. Like those, I'll do those two, but Spyro doesn't have an equivalent, so I'll just stream sort of whatever in that time frame. I have like plenty of games that people have requested me to stream, so you know I can just figure it out as I go. But I'm going to end up playing Spyro: A New Beginning, followed by Crash of the Titans, followed by Spyro Eternal Night, followed by Crash Mind Over Mutant, and all four of these games are the same game. Because Sierra only developed one game and put both Crash and Spyro into them. They're both beat-em-ups. They both completely revamped how the characters look. They both completely revamped the lore. And neither of them are, like, super deep. I don't know. They're no Bayonetta or DMC, that's for sure. Hell, they're not even Sonic Unleashed. I want to see the Spyro games. I haven't played any after Year of the Dragon. Well, I mean, just follow me, and eventually we'll get there. It'll take a while, but we'll get there. I have plenty of Sonic and Castlevania to go. In fact, actually, I could probably show that on stream. Hold on. There's Sonic. And there's Castlevania. So, if you're curious how far along we are, can I... There we go. Sort of blow that up as much as I can. I sort of have all sorts of little notes in here about Sonic. But you can see we've covered all the Genesis games, all the Master System games. Sonic R, we're sort of like halfway through. I squeeze in Sonic R whenever I can. We did all the main tracks, and we did some of the balloon missions. We just have to start unlocking characters next time we get around to it. And I still gotta do Sonic the Fighters. And then, like, from here down, it's just all nothing. We have completed none of these games. Which, like, I have a few notes next to some of these, and my favorite one right here is Lost World, where I specifically call attention and remind myself why I should not stream this one under any fucking circumstances. Because of the ice levels. Because all of them are, like, 30 minutes plus, and they're not fun. Didn't grow up with Castlevania, but I love the 3 Fate games. Need to play the originals. Honestly, I don't like those ones all too much. Like, at all, actually. But, I mean, we'll get there when we get there. It's fine that you enjoy them, it's just they're not Castlevania to me. They're God of War. But with a Belmont. Let's see, and then this one is the Castlevania document where you can see how far we've come. Move that over to the side there. And you can see we've done a, like, chunk of them. But all these ones down here, they're all some of the longer ones. A lot of people don't. I just like beat-em-ups. I mean, hey, that's fair. The games are decent enough beat-em-ups, I will admit. It's just, when you sign up for Castlevania, you're not signing up for a beat-em-up. You're signing up for a difficult action platformer that you are fully expecting to kick your ass every step of the way, and you're maybe even signing up for, like, a large scaling open map that you can go around in as you get more things, like as you get more power-ups and stuff, you know, Metroidvania. But there was only one Metroidvania in that set, and it was not a good Metroidvania. They're nothing like the old ones, yeah. I have my issues with them, and we'll see them when we get there. I don't know. I liked Lords of Shadow 2 when I played it, but like as I grew distance from it, I was like, alright, yeah, I'm not enjoying this one as much anymore. I bought the DLC, but like I never finished it. I never liked the original. And I never liked Mirrors of Fate, but I liked 2. To some extent. Even though, oddly enough, 2 is the one that people seem to be the most, like, angry about. Oh yeah, and I do plan on doing, Bloodstained as well. Which just got a new game. Because, of course it did. Because Curse of the Moon 2 is now out, and I think Curse of the Moon 2 is very cool. Maybe when I get to them, I'll see why. Yeah, honestly, if you're gonna play Castlevania, it's kind of hard for me to recommend a starting point. It really depends on which style you're more interested in. If you're interested in, like, the classic games that are, like, you know, old NES, really hard platformers, I recommend starting with Super Castlevania 4, because that game really eases you in. It still has a really big difficulty spike in it towards the end, but it's nowhere near as much as some of the other ones. So that one's a good place to start. There's also Dracula X Chronicles. Don't play Dracula X. This is, like, really confusing. So, the original game, Dracula X, quote-unquote, was a TurboGrafx 16 game, like a TurboGrafx 16 CD game. Which, of course, that console flopped here. So, we never got it. But Japan got it, and it is one of the best games in the series, hands down. It's called Castlevania Rondo of Blood. They made a pseudo-port, pseudo-own thing. It's really its own game that sort of claims to be under the same name, and they called it Dracula X. And it's terrible. Oh no, that's not the PSP one. I'm talking about the Super Nintendo one. Because they eventually did a remake of Castlevania Rondo of Blood and released it here and named it Dracula X Chronicles. For some fucking reason. They could have just called it Castlevania Rondo of Blood. Like, you know, you didn't really need to add the Dracula X thing that confuses everyone because nobody liked Dracula X. I don't know, it's weird. Yeah, it's alternate reality Rondo, that's a good way to put it. It's a terrible game, though. It's absolutely fucking terrible. If you go back and, like, check on the YouTube channel and you check the VOD, like, about halfway through the stream, we just, like, fucking quit. And we play Mario 64 for the rest of the stream. Because I was not happy with anything that was fucking happening. These Americans won't like the name, better change them. It was probably the European market, being totally honest, because Castlevania Bloodlines were released as Bloodlines over here, but it released as Castlevania The Next Generation in Europe, and had all the blood censored. Which honestly, there wasn't even all that much. There was just like a pool of it on the title screen, and then sometimes some blood. In Europe, it was renamed again to Vampire's Kiss. Are you fucking serious? Oh my god. This series is a hellscape. We can't call it one name. Yeah, nope. It has to have 6. Anyways, if you're looking for a really good place to start with, like, the second style, the Metroidvania style, it's hard to say because all of them are pretty decent for the most part. There's only 1 or 2 that I'd say are, like, directly bad. But great places to start with that one are Aria of Sorrow, or Symphony of the Night, if you're interested in starting those. Because, I mean, Symphony is considered one of the best games of all time. I mean, even as a major fan of Symphony, I would consider that to be a bit of an overstatement. It's really good. It's probably one of the best games in the genre. Yeah, Aria of Sorrows on the Game Boy Advanced, and it's all about stealing souls. It's really good. Egg Rocket Zone from Sonic Advance, sure thing. There we go. Yeah, all three of the Game Boy Advance ones are cheap on the Wii U. Do not play Circle of the Moon. It's not canon, and it's also not good. It has very little in it that is worth experiencing. The other two are fine. Harmony of Dissonance is, like, pretty alright as far as Game Boy Metroidvanias go. The bosses don't really have a lot of impact on the gameplay, which is kind of sad, and the game is structured really weirdly. Yeah, I love this theme. It's good. The game is, like, structured a little weirdly in comparison to the others, and it's sort of lacking on original mechanics. But it's still very good Metroidvania, so I highly recommend it. Of course, I'll be streaming it if you're interested in, like, taking a peek and seeing what that one's like. Symphony has a lot of differences between versions. Most prominent changes are the new voice acting and playable Maria in the PSP version. Saturn version contains new areas, weapons, items, as well as a different playable Maria for the PSP, but has worse performance overall. Honestly, if you're gonna play Symphony, there's two versions I can recommend. You either play it on the Dracula X Chronicles, like, if you have a PSP, play it on Dracula X Chronicles, because not only do you get Symphony, but you also get Ronto of Blood, and you get to play two really great games in one package. And if you're like me, who loves collecting retro games, it's great. Or just play the PS1 original, because it holds up really well. The voice acting is iconic and amazing. And I don't know, it's like, it's an excellent version of the game. Saturn version is the only one that, from what I've heard, like, don't play only it. If you're going to play it later. If you're, like, super in love with Symphony, or super curious about what's in it. But it's not a replacement. It's not, like, better than it. You steal men's souls and make them your slaves! You see, that's the most fun I have when playing Castlevania, is when I get to a cutscene and I get to switch to Symphony mode, and all the characters talk like this! And they enunciate randomly throughout their words! I think I can close the Castlevania and Sonic notepads at this point. I don't think I need them up. That's why I like the old Resident Evil games. I've never played Resident Evil, honestly. I don't handle horror very well, I'll just say. I can do it if I'm, like, watching a movie, or, like, hell, I've even gone through one of those full contact haunted houses and I was pushed into a wall by a dude. That was fun. But video games? Horror video games? Absolutely not. My brain goes, quick, scary thing, hands off the controller. think it has some voice actors from them too. It's hard to say, because if I remember right, the entire voice cast for Resident Evil was never, like, confirmed. It's definitely not for everyone, though. I do appreciate that they have a more modern, updated version of the game for people to have a less stilted experience with, I guess. But it kind of bothers me that the, like, PS4 version of the game only has, like, the new voice acting. It doesn't have any of the, like, old ones. You can't, there's no option. And I would have appreciated an option to switch between them. I also would have appreciated the extra areas from the Saturn version, but, you know, whatever. Didn't need that, I guess. Gotta wonder, if they were to ever do a big remake of Symphony, would they include anything? Like, anything from the Saturn version? Like, when I was a kid, any scary game, I just really turn it off and reset the game. Yeah, I never played scary games as a kid. Just played up to that point again and repeat the process. I think the only scary thing I owned when I was even kind of a child was when I was 12 and I got my Dreamcast. I got Resident Evil 2 for it, actually. I still have it. And I never really played it. I made it a certain length of the way through the game. I got to the liquor. The liquor dropped from the ceiling, and I was not having a fun time. Conker's Bad Fur Days spooky level with the graveyard. I'd get terrified and just restart. I want to play Conker someday. The most experience I had with Conker is, like, a friend, like, invited me over to a party at his house. I don't remember what the party was for. I think it was, like, a birthday party or something. But he had Conker out, and he was like, look, I got Conker for my birthday. And I was like, oh, sick! And he, like, sat us all down, and we passed the controller around, and we played part of Conker, and that was a lot of fun. Got to see the flower with tits. This is unrelated, but the sad that the powers of Psycho Mantis will almost never have the same effect they once had. Emulators ruin the memory card thing, and the controller vibration thing doesn't even happen if Rumble is off. That's sad. I will say, though, the same experience is recreatable on the PS3. If you get the game on the PlayStation 3's, like, PS1 Classics, the PS3 simulates, like, memory cards. So, no matter what, you have, like, a static memory card that you can take out and put in and do whatever. And thus, Psycho Mantis can accurately read your memory card, and I think that's really cool. Because they didn't need to do all that. They didn't need to implement a memory card system. Like, even with the PS2 games, each PS2 game gets its own memory card worth of space. But not for PS1. Yeah, no, I like the concept of Metal Gear, but I've never managed to finish one. Ever. Doesn't even matter what game it is. I made it to the second Sniper Wolf fight in 1, never beat it. I made it to... No, I didn't even start 2 or 3 or 4. I never even bought 4. The only other experiences I have are I played a bit of 5, and then I played Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance for a little bit. And while I thought that game was sick as fuck, I kept getting my ass kicked, and I just could not do it. Like, I'm telling you, Bayonetta ruined me. I play that game, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Why can't I dodge? I wish I played them as a kid, because for me it's like Pokemon. I didn't grow up with it, and it's hard to get into. I played Pokemon as a kid, and I can see that. If you really want to get into Pokemon, I'd say the easiest way to get yourself, like, acclimated, there's 2 methods I can recommend. First one, if you've ever heard of a YouTuber named Chuck Conroy, he's great. He makes Let's Plays, and one of the series that he does is Pokemon, and he is super in-depth about all of them. he gives Pokemon, like, bios. Like, every route he gets to is like, hey, these are the Pokemon you can get, these are their designs, these are... Sometimes he'll give you what they evolve into, sometimes he won't. These are their stat lines, this is what I think about using them, and he really helps you, like, get into it. And watching his videos will teach you sort of about, like, building a team and getting connected to them, and really great videos. But the other way that I can recommend is just play Mystery Dungeon, because they're really good games. And really, it's all the Pokemon you need, because Mystery Dungeon is amazing. One time, in one of my many old apartments, a red Pokemon cartridge appeared in the house somehow, but I had no Game Boy or working GBA to play it on. Aww. I hope you kept it. No idea what that was all about. If I were you, I would have kept that fucking thing. Just held on to it, just so one day I could see what the fuck was going on with that red version. Don't know where it is now? It happens. I'm not even sure where my old Pokemon games are, and I fucking collect retro games. I have a... They might be with my other, like, Game Boy games, maybe. They might not be. Played Mystery Dungeon before. It's probably the best product to come out of Pokemon, in my opinion. Everything in it's, like, really solid. Oh, speaking of which, for all you people out there who enjoy collecting retro stuff, I have actually a pretty cool piece of advice. So, I recently discovered here, can I find an image of, like, what I'm looking for? Like, the kind of product I'm looking for. So, I used to play the Pokemon TCG, I don't anymore. There's a long story behind that, but, here, I guess I'll just show this one, because it's sort of what I'm talking about. Pull up the desktop view. So, this thing right here, these Elite Trainer boxes, you buy them, you get, like, I don't think you get any promos, but you get card sleeves, you get dice, you get counters for the game, and you get, like, a certain amount of packs. And these things get, like, kind of expensive at times. I don't know how much they typically retail for, but I honestly, I found them as low as 20 bucks if you look for the old sets. But what's great is these boxes are perfectly sized to store old cartridge-based games, like portable games. Not console games, they're not good for those. But they are amazing for Game Gear, they are perfect for original Game Boy and Game Boy Color, and they're even decent for Game Boy Advance to some extent. And I highly recommend using these to store, like, if you have them, to store, like, old game cards. Of course, they're a little bit of money, but if you have, like, friends who play, like, the Pokemon TCG, you know, you can just be like, hey, can I get one of your, like, trainer boxes or whatever? And they probably have an extra one. Remember, all I had on the shelf was Fire Red, and I forced myself to beat it because it was all I had. Same way I got into Animal Crossing, all I had was Wild World, played it day in, day out. I never got into Animal Crossing, but it's because I have too much to play. I own New Horizons. I used to own Wild World, but I sold it when it was, like, kind of pricey. I don't know if it still is. That's, like, literally the extent of my experience, though. I played a little bit of New Horizons and a little bit of Wild World, that's it. Those, like, life sim games aren't normally my thing. If you guys can't tell, I'm really into platformers, though. Like, someday I hope to be able to stream Spark, because I fucking love Spark the Electric Jester. I think both of his games are really great, and if you're a Sonic fan, you should definitely check them out. Because, like, Spark 1 is, like, this, sort of like Sonic 1, 2, and 3 style thing, where it's like a 16-bit platformer. Don't like the idea of a game that punishes and guilts you for not playing it every day. Yeah, that's sort of my take on Animal Crossing. Same thing with, like, Nintendogs and Tomodachi Life and, like, whatever else. Mobile games. Don't like it. I also don't like it when a game feels like it's limiting what I can do during the day. Like, I don't always have a whole lot of time to, like, play some of these, and I don't know, like, maybe I can only sit down and play it, like, at midnight, and then everything's closed, and it's like, okay. Or, like, oh, look, I can only do these things during this time of year? Okay, so I can't do everything. So I'll just be sitting around waiting for stuff to do. Or in fucking mobile games, oh, you're out of stamina, guys. You gotta wait for half an hour and then you can play the video game more. So the actual challenge racing doesn't make me hate life. Because they freeze everything when you're not in the garden, just the racing. Yeah. New Horizons did away with lots of that stuff. Still limited during the day though, yeah. Anyways, what I was saying about Spark was, so Spark 1 is like a 2D platformer, and like I played some of it, and it was pretty good. I like Spark 1. I've never finished it though. However, Spark 2 is amazing. It is basically like Sonic Adventure, but on crack. Like, it is insane fast platforming at its finest. Forget it's mobile games, people trying to justify them. No, they're just bad versions of good games. I've only ever played a couple mobile games in my life, like actually dedicated myself to playing them. One of them was, oddly enough, Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. I don't know why. I had several friends who were playing it, I guess, and it has pretty good online multiplayer, I will say. And hey, you know, it all worked out, because Duel Links was the only way to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Once the entire planet shut down for a little while there. Duel Links is weird. I don't necessarily recommend playing it, because I don't necessarily recommend playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Despite the fact that I actively play it in real life. Because Duel Links is just more pay-to-win, like a more pay-to-win version of Yu-Gi-Oh! But the decks are more unbalanced. Konami does not care about balancing Duel Links whatsoever. They have a ban list, but it's not updated ever, and whenever it is, it's like a slap on the wrist to whatever is strong at that moment in time. Anyways, I played Duel Links for a while, moved on from it. I used to play a ton of Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key, because that game committed the cardinal sin of mobile games. It was canon, and had constant story updates. So you had to play it and keep up with it if you wanted to know what the fuck was happening in Kingdom Hearts. Damage on OP card decreased by 1. Oh no. No, that is not what they do. My card game was Bakugan? Like the new one or the old one? Because the game is still going. Bakugan just got a reboot and it's bad. Because it has like life deck. Your deck is your life, and that's not great. And the power scaling is already ridiculously high. I think it's time to change the music real quick. I know that OG Bakugan is pretty good, though, from what I heard from people who used to play it. It wasn't really ever the most active of games. Multiplayer, or, yeah, player base wise, sort of fell into the same category as Battle Beat 'em On did, where it was popular in some areas, but really never took off. It was no Beyblade, that's for sure. What's a song? I'm trying to find one that won't get me, like, copyright struck into dust. Scrap Brain Zone? Sure. listen to some classics. Old one, back in like 2008, yeah. Something to trade and play with friends, yeah. It also got some pretty decent video games for the time that like kind of well simulated what it was like to play the game. So I think that sort of filled the void with people who were looking to play it. Had a lot of versions too. PS2, Wii, PS3, Xbox 360, and DS, I believe. Just a lot of consoles. None of the other Bakugan games really even got close to being like that, though. Only reason to watch the anime was because Julie. There really wasn't a reason to watch the anime. I tried to watch it again recently, and like, man, that thing is not very good. You can tell that it was in the same era as, like, here, let me point out something, right? Here, Dan Kuzo, I think his name was? Yeah, Dan Kuzo, and let me pull up the other character. You can easily tell what era Bakugan was from, right? Because you take a look at Dan's design, right? Main character, you know, brown hair, red and yellow color scheme. And then you go over to see what Yu-Gi-Oh! Was doing at the time. And you begin to notice a pattern. I'm not saying that Dan was a Judai ripoff, but Dan was a Judai ripoff. I fucking love how stupid some card game anime are. Yu-Gi-Oh! Will always be my card game anime of choice, though. Because no matter what, I can look to Yu-Gi-Oh! To have some ridiculous plot lines. This one song would probably get you in trouble, but I wish it didn't. Soul Called Mr. Barrister John Warosa. I would get in so much trouble for that because there are real names attached to it. Based on an email conversation with a scammer. The Tenkai Knights and Yu-Gi-Oh! You see, I've been watching, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, and I watched, like, half of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, which, like, I know Yu-Gi-Oh! GX just gets better as it goes, but that half that I watched was real rough, so I'm taking a break from it. And then I watched Zexal as it aired back in the day. I've never, like, actually watched the original, though, which is surprising to people, because, you know, it's the original Yu-Gi-Oh! You have to watch it. But I've never seen it. However, Arc V and the next one, Brains, never watched. I'm curious about Arc V, because it's apparently got some of the dumbest lore in the series. Like, worse than normal. You watched a bit of Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal? Yeah, Zexal was my favorite era of the card game. Remember the clips I saw the English dub? That one guy who's just Jason Griffith doing his Sonic voice? Yeah! Atticus! That character is weird. He shows up and he doesn't do anything except almost end the world 3 times. Because thanks, Sonic. Honestly, Yu-Gi-Oh's not for everyone. If you guys are gonna you know, like, oh man, I gotta experience a Yu-Gi-Oh story, there are video games, play those. Even has the fucking wink and thumbs up. His actions in those dub scenes, by the way, directly caused the final battle of Season 1. Just so you know. Because he's an idiot. You see, the whole premise of Season 1, right, is like, they have these keys and these keys like unlock the basement of the school, and the keys automatically unlock the basement if they are bet in a duel and lost. And the main characters are all fighting this group of enemies that wants to get the super special demon cards in the basement, because the cards are demons, by the way, like literal demons. If those cards are like released and like exposed, they turn the game real, like it was in the ancient Egypt section of the original, and because no one will be aware, people will be attacking each other with real monsters for a good like 30 minutes, and that's bad. We don't want that to happen. So to get into the basement, the main villain decides to send a bunch of assassins after everyone, and once they beat all the assassins, they're like, good, we can finally put the keys back, we can rest, we can relax. And then Chaz suddenly, and over the course of a single episode, falls in love with the lead female. Oh yeah, have a good night, Sega Jim. Nice to see you. Chaz, like, keep in mind, Chaz is like the Kaiba of this show. He talks to Atticus about how to get with Alexis, the lead female, and he's like, hey, just make her duel for it. And he's like, sure, I'll make it so it's a duel she can't refuse. And so the motherfucker steals all of the keys and is like, Alexis, I'll only give you back these keys if you beat me in a duel. And then she beats him in a duel, and the motherfucker just lost a duel while betting all 7 of the keys and unlocked the fucking door. Because he is stupid. And it was all because Atticus was like, yeah, bro, do that. And like, actually just Jason Griffith's Sonic voice. And thus the duel against Naked Grandpa commenced, and that was interesting. GX is weird. It's a very weird show. If you can't charm her, duel her. It's important to note, by the way, that Chaz's main cards all look like this. This is Chaz's deck. These things. Like, this is the newest one. They just released this one. Like, I have no idea what the fuck was happening with that entire show. None. There's a moment in time where, like, Tarzan shows up, and his skill is he gets really lucky draws, and that's his entire episode, is that, and they duel Tarzan. Oh, and then there's another episode where, like, there's a haunted, like, school, or, like, a haunted dorm, and they find it, and they go inside of it, and Alexis gets kidnapped, and she's in there for a little bit. And then there's a shadow duel in there, and the one guy who loses the shadow duel just goes to hell, and he dies. And that's where that story arc ends. Oh, and then there's one episode where there's, like, suddenly, like, a fucking ruin in the school grounds, and they go to it, and they get teleported back in time, and they have to fight the Gravekeepers. But that doesn't make any sense. Oh, and then there's one point in the show where there's, like, a monkey, and it duels. Yeah, that's it. That's the plot line. It's just a monkey and it duels. Tower of Puppet from Dynamite Heady. Game I've not played, but damn, is that music good? Sure thing. Tower of Puppet. I would love to play Dynamite Heady someday. I've heard really good things about it. Oh, there we go. Yeah, no, Yu-Gi-Oh! GX was ridiculous. I don't necessarily recommend watching it because it's not necessarily good. But it is, if you like stupid, convoluted, ridiculous bullshit, it is exactly like what you're looking for. It's just weird on this upload, or maybe it's some other issue. Let's try a different one. This one? Oh, it's kind of hard to tell. I don't know, I haven't made it this far in Dynamite Headdy. I've only ever played like a level or two of it. It seemed really good. I just couldn't really get a handle on the mechanics, and I was playing it on one of those like shitty games like handhelds that I had for some reason on like a road trip. And I played that. I didn't make it far in Dynamite Headdy, but I made it a decent length of the way through like Golden Axe, I think, on that road trip. So that was fun. I had a good time with it. Yeah, no, don't buy one of those @Games consoles. Literally the only reason that I had it, one of those @Games things one Christmas, I think that's how I got mine too. It's either that or a birthday or something. The audio is always terrible on those. However, if it's a handheld, you can reasonably be expected to turn the audio off while playing. And it was a road trip I was taking with friends, so I was just talking with friends and like playing Golden Axe while we talked. So I didn't have a reason to like put headphones in and listen to the audio. So, you know, it was an alright experience, I'd say. The emulation's fine, it's just the sound is so bad. And they've never got it right, by the way. Ever. All of the @Games Genesis consoles were bad. Videos that just showcase some music from Sonic 1, 2, and 3 on each of those systems. Yeah. My first tip-off to that was Ashen's, because he uploaded a video review of one, and, well, the audio. Oh my god, the audio. I'm pretty sure I can get the game to output, like one of those things to output to AV. I might be able to stream one someday. Not that I'd put anyone through that. About 8 minutes left, and then I'll cut it off for the night. I would love to stream Dynamite Headdy. I'm just gonna start making a list of just like the sort of like games I want to stream on the in-between stuff, you know, once we get to Spyro and Crash. Because Dynamite Headdy and Night in the Woods are already on that list. And, you know, I wouldn't mind streaming something like Streets of Rage or Golden Axe or, what's something else? Echo. I would love to stream Echo the Dolphin. You see, I find one really big benefit to streaming is that I'm able to get into games when I'm otherwise, like, incapable of getting into something like that. Like Mario 64. I was really able to enjoy streaming Mario 64 for, like, the hour that we did it, but on its own, you know, I don't enjoy Mario 64 all too much. I think it's a meh game for the most part. Let's see, I think we can change songs here. I would love to stream Earthbound. That's a song it's recommending to me right now. Something from Earthbound, and I would love to stream Earthbound. I should preface that by saying I've never actually beaten Earthbound. I've played a little bit of it, but I've never finished it. Same goes with Mother 3. I own an English translated version. I've never finished it though. Never played it really. I played it as far as to test that it worked, and then I stopped. I played like 75% of Mother 1 though, I'd say. If I remember right. I got most of the musical notes that you, like the songs that you're collecting. Where's a fucking song that I can play for like a few minutes? I see a lot of ones that'll just like get in really big trouble for playing. And I'm getting a lot of not music. How about... Oh, I might get in trouble for that one. But I'm gonna click on it anyways. I almost requested Sonic 3D Blast 5 music, but that's not fair to anyone. Final Fantasy is another game series that I've considered going back and streaming. Like, a lot, actually. Because I'm aware that I stopped on 3, and once you get past 3, you get to the really good ones. Because apparently 4 is really good, 5 is really good, 6 is amazing, one of the best games ever made, apparently. Same thing with 7, and then 8, 9... Okay, maybe not 8. I've heard mixed things about 8. But I've heard great things about 9. I've heard really great things about 10. I've heard people are pretty off and on about 12. I've played 13 for myself, though, so I know it sort of filters out by then. But I can't really justify to myself playing a single game for a stream that requires as much grinding as most Final Fantasies do. So if I were to do something with it, I would probably, like, do a Let's Play like I'm planning on doing with Kingdom Hearts. Maybe. And, like, just like Kingdom Hearts, that would be a big production that I would definitely get a lot of people involved in. Because I already have several people involved in the Kingdom Hearts thing. Because I am planning on getting a group of friends together to voice act the characters that aren't voiced in Kingdom Hearts. So this would be things like the Chain of Memories cutscenes that, like, for the Disney Worlds that aren't voiced at all. Or some of the most of the cutscenes in 358 Days, they aren't voiced. Only the in-between cutscenes are. Same thing with Kingdom Hearts Recoded. It's in sort of the same boat. And I think that's really it, though. From there on, pretty much everything has voice acting. But I am planning on getting, you know, other people involved in that sort of project, and I would probably go the same route with Final Fantasy. Especially for the early ones, I don't necessarily know if I would do all of the voices as, like, different people, like, for different characters, for the games that aren't voice acted, because 7 isn't voice acted at all. And same with 8. I don't know about 9. But, I might get, like, friends or, hell, maybe even people off of Fiverr if I'm making money off my videos at that point, to, like, do the voices. But I don't know, that's like, way off. That'd be a super future project. And if you're curious about what song this is, because it's very good, it's Sunlit Waterscape from Final Fantasy XIII. Anyways, that's gonna be it for me tonight. Went over by half an hour on the post stream, but you know, that's fine. I scheduled them to go out this late. Yeah, no, Discord down below, and Sonic in 2 days. So, yeah, I hope to see you guys then. Thank you for joining me on this strange journey of Sonic DLC so far. Yeah, good night.